Everybody likes flarp, Cameramendi. Especially the farting sound. It works really well. Oh, goodness gracious.
I also have some flarp.
I know you have a little flarp. I have a big flarp. Oh, goodness gracious. That's disgusting.
Oh, mine really has settled. I know it's been used before.
It settles all the time. It doesn't. It settles all the way in.
My hands are going to smell like...
Do y'all know about flarp? Does the chat know about... Oh, God, Cameramendi. See, this is what worries me.
Yeah, Kiki, this is the flarp from Genghis Khan. So
it's a fresh flarp. It's doing a lot more. It's giving a lot more effort. Oh God!
What, you think you're the only one who could do potty humor?
No, that's good. It's very good, Randy.
I've just decided to give in. I'm not going to elevate the show. This is what we've resulted. This is what we've come to. Anyway.
It's great to see you this morning. Happy Saturday. Hello to all of you, my friends, and Cameramendi's friends out there in the world of Zyathé and beyond. Right, Cameramendi?
Cheers.
It's wonderful. I'm driving in this morning, and I've mentioned this before because Edmund Stone on KCME does this wonderful program. It plays right when I'm driving in every morning called The Score, and it basically takes the scores from various wonderful shows, movies, etc., and they play it and tell a little story. Well, today they were doing the Christmas ones. So they had the Grinch, and they actually had some of the Boris Karloff reading it, and they had the score from It's a Wonderful Life, right? And so, and he asked a question, which I'd be very interested. So the Who's, everybody knows the Who's sing Avu Ore, Havu Dore or something like that. It's right in there. Edmund Stone said, I couldn't find what it means. So if anybody knows what it means.
Maybe it's just who.
It might just be made up who.
Language. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, maybe it's like Elvish from Lord of the Rings. They just made up a language. Maybe it means nothing.
Well, yes, but honestly now, the chat will tell you this, Cameramendi. The Elvish in Lord of the Rings is a language. So it does mean something. Because Tolkien, was really...
Well, he made a translation of it.
He made it.
Yes. So
he actually created the runes and he translated it so everyone could understand. And they actually did use that.
Maybe Dr. Seuss somewhere has a translation of the Whoville language.
Dr. Seuss.
You want to know something interesting?
Yes, tell me.
Okay, so...
But you should show yourself. Okay. I know it takes a lot to
This has nothing to do with D&D. So someone in a storage unit found 12 tapes of unreleased Michael Jackson music, right?
No, I didn't hear this.
Oh yeah, so it was in some producer made it, and it was in a storage unit, and this person who buys storage units to sell the stuff out of it, ended up on this treasure trove with 12 tapes. But he doesn't own the copyright.
I was going to say he can't do anything.
Yeah, so all he can do is sell it to a private collector, but it can never be released publicly.
Right.
So
unless the estate agreed to it.
They didn't. He tried. They didn't agree.
The estate wouldn't do it.
They wouldn't. So interesting, right? So anyway, maybe there is a translation of the Whoville language out there, and someone's just sitting on it, or it's in some random storage unit somewhere.
But ponder that for a minute. Why would the estate do that? I mean, it's music that he made that
Well, they'd have to buy it. They wanted a price for it, and maybe the estate didn't want to buy it.
They should have made a deal.
I don't know.
Make a deal,
I mean, I agree with you that it would be cool to, but
anyway.
So,
all right. Well,
interesting.
Anyway, we have got a great show today.
Yeah.
I'm very excited because we've got we continuing our giveaway. And Cameramendi, Lawrence was supposed to give you the vote. Did he give you the vote for the monster, for the name of the monster?
No.
See, I knew it.
Sorry. I just spilled coffee everywhere.
Cameramendi.
My Legends, lore, and libations.
You spilled all over Legends, lore, and libations.
Hold on, I need a second. I was going for my phone to text Lawrence to be like, oh man, it's all over my cell phone. Okay, you need to vamp for time.
I don't need to vamp for time. I have many things I can talk about, but oh my God, Cameramendi, you're covered with it. It looks like you peed your pants.
Oh, shut up.
Anyway, so we're supposed to get the monster vote, but I'm really worried that I didn't get it. So it might mean that those of you who put the names up on the Facebook to name the boggy monster guy, you might have to wait. There goes Cameramendi with a lot of paper towels.
My Escar Goo sticker. Look at this, guys. Hold on. I will show.
Cameramendi, you don't need to present to everyone.
It's so wet.
Oh, you ruined it.
Ugh.
Poor Escargot.
I know. But I believe in him so much.
He's like
Santa
Claus.
That other rascal who's running for...
Who? Zix Moose?
No, the other one. The other one.
I'm not running.
Oh, okay.
I was just dominated.
Oh my goodness, what a disaster.
So at least it didn't get on all the equipment. Could have had a, massive
Look at this. Hold on. This is so sad. Look at my Legends Lauren libations.
Oh my gosh, it's
the
totally
coffee
soaked.
betrayed me this morning.
I didn't even get a cup of coffee. All right, let's get busy, cameraman. Yeah, we've tied up these poor people for too long just listening to us do nothing. All right, so anyway, so we probably have to wait to announce the winner of the monster contest next week. But
there's coffee everywhere, guys. I have no idea what the chat is saying right now. I'm sorry for boring you to pieces. Oh my goodness. Well, I was going to text Lawrence and see if he had it.
If he had the vote. And I don't think he has the vote. So we're going to have to wait. By the way, cameraman, what is with Lawrence's flamingo shirt and
I have it for
shorty
social
shorts?
media.
Yes, we have to discuss this. In fact, we should bring that.
Okay.
Just live in coffee mess. It's okay. Don't worry about it.
I just don't want it to ruin my phone.
Oh, don't worry about your phone.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I just won't worry about it. That's fine. Okay. So, as everyone knows, because we had a huge argument about this last week. We were doing pictures and you were supposed to get. By the way, you look great. You got trimmed for the. I did get his picture. Up
for the photograph.
He did come in on Monday with a haircut.
But I wasn't feeling good the week before.
So anyway, but Lawrence insisted that I do multiple pictures. He does take liberties because I'm his sister, I feel.
No, that ain't right.
Yeah, he takes it.
And this is not right.
I actually think this is the one I'm going to pick for the website.
This is not right.
I think it's funny. This, you know what? I'm going to make sure, I don't know. We'll see who outlasts who in this world. I'm sorry not to get all depressing, but this may be the funeral picture one day.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. If I'm still alive, that needs to be the funeral picture. But I'll
make sure.
But it's likely I will be a super geezer if I actually outlive Lawrence.
There's no way you're outliving.
That's what I'm saying. I'll be a super geezer.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to be like 100 and something.
Anyway, yeah, I think this is exactly what Lawrence would walk. Everyone walks into and it's just this picture of him with the flamingo thing. And then we also have. Oh, shoot, I accidentally closed out of one of them. Hold on, let me go load it up again. So we have.
We don't need to show all of
sunglasses.
His pictures. We don't need to show all his pictures.
I closed out of the other more interesting one.
I don't know that everyone wants to see Lawrence doing his goofiness. I mean, maybe they do.
I then enjoyed it. So anyway, but yeah. Oh well, I had the one with the Celsius.
But the flamingo thing with the peach cocktail or whatever it is, there's a lot going on. Even the pink sunglasses.
Yeah. It's just Lawrence. It's just wrapped up in. Hold on. Let me grab the other one. This is the other funny one. Hold on. There we go.
I mean,
what is Celsius? That's my question.
Celsius is like an energy drink, right?
Oh.
Does anybody in the chat drink that stuff? Because Celsius is kind of like Monster and those others, but somebody said it's more refreshing or something. I've never tasted it.
I've never had one before. My choice of drink is coffee, which betrayed me this morning. I
love a good coffee.
Anyway, okay.
All right, well, let's move off this because I'm getting a little nauseous.
I'm sorry. Okay, since we're already in social media, we'll talk about a few other things. So this is from Michelle,
yes.
And her adventuring group is going through the Temple of Elemental Evil. Is that right?
Yes, they are.
And what is the chapter 2 of the Gyzaengaxx called?
The Temple of Existential Evil.
Oh, I wonder if that's a lampoon of something. Anyway, but it sounds like they got destroyed.
Pretty exciting. I know, it sounds like they got totally destroyed.
So
the boys got cocky, spread out too far. We got overwhelmed in an interesting turn of events. Well, you have to read it on the Facebook to find out what it says.
This is funny. Jairiki42, who is a first-time chatter, says,
hello, Jairiki42, first-time chatter.
It says, Twitch just gave me an ad for Celsius, LOL. So
see, if you don't think they're listening, you don't know.
I think they're always listening.
No, they are always listening.
Yeah, that's hilarious. Okay. And then let's see here. What else we got? Jen, so this says, watching the life drain from my husband's body when people are socializing instead of taking their turn in a game. And I do understand how frustrating that would be for a game master if you have just worked your butt off on this.
I don't think he's a game master. I think he's just waiting for his turn.
I know, he's just a board game, but then Jen said, what do you DMs do? So,
well, when you look at him, he looks over at the camera and he shakes his head. You could definitely see he's into the game and everybody else is like, hey dude, get a cocktail.
Anyway,
It was so funny.
you started a great conversation here.
Yeah, this was great.
About
this, I mean, so
fantasy
many.
novels.
Oh, Cameramendi. Did you put one in? Did you put your favorite?
I did a whole ad for my favorite one like 2 weeks ago on the show. The Wandering Inn.
Oh, The Wandering Inn. Yes,
Yes.
of course.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Yeah. But so Potter was not the favorite in all of
No,
all.
not. I mean, I loved Harry Potter like as a teenager, and I
Yep.
still like enjoy reading the books. But like The Wandering Inn, like has so much complex storytelling. It's more like an adult version of. Not to say that adults, obviously, you don't know this about me. Here, I'll switch to myself, as Alphinius said. When I was like a teenager, I was like obsessed with Harry Potter to like a weird degree.
No, like her whole entire room was Harry Potter.
Yeah, my personality was really wrapped up in Harry. They called me Harry Potter girl in high school. I wore we had like Harry Potter club, and like I wore Harry Potter shirts like all the time.
I want to know if anybody else in the chat was like totally into Potter like that.
I mean, Adam was like really into Superman, so I do think that there's like there's things that just catch you, and like
I'm really into D&D.
Yeah, well, what were you into when you were in high school?
D&D.
Okay.
Yeah, I just really liked it.
Okay, so how old were you when it started?
So, well, I didn't play right away. I played a couple years later.
Uh-huh.
So 78, 77, I think was when I started, something like that. I was in high school.
Uh-huh.
I got invited over to a friend's house to play. And then we played. It just was wonderful.
What grade were you in 78?
I want to say I was just driving age. So
There's no way.
16.
Oh, I guess that makes sense because I was born in 88.
Yeah.
So that means that you. Okay, I could kind of see that timeline wise.
Yeah,
It's
I
always
graduated high school at 79.
It's always weird when like your parents or people like who have been in your life your entire life have
they were
lives.
actually young people.
Yeah, they had things that happened before.
They actually had youth.
Anyway, so yeah, no. Anyway, and I will tell this story. And I know this has nothing to do in D&D, but this does have to do with me.
Well, you were still doing the Harry Potter thing, but you were super obsessed and they called you Potter
and
Girl.
So this is how I got into my career. So I was in like a video class in high school, and I had to make some kind of video. I had to produce some kind of video. And I was best friends with, and I still am best friends with this woman named Kara. And we were both obsessed with Harry Potter. So I made a video called Potterphilia. And it was basically us like showing off our entire collection of Harry Potter stuff with interviews from our friends and family. And it's still a hoot. It's really weird to watch. It's terrible video quality. But I entered it into the school talent show and they accepted it. And so I'm like, how could I tell this? No, I can't tell that part of the story. But there was this.
Now everyone wants to know, cameraman.
It's just so embarrassing that I
just tell it, cameraman. Just tell it. It's okay.
Okay, so there's this thing that me and Kara made. We made this like little poster broomstick, and it said, "I want to ride Harry's firebolt" on it. And
slow that down. I want to ride Harry's firebolt.
Quiet.
No, listen,
anyway,
we still give her crap about that.
Anyway, so I put that in the video, and the entire theater burst out into laughter. And I loved the feeling of making other people laugh like that. And that's how I got into video making, and that's why I decided to pursue the path that I did. Yeah. So anyway.
All because she wanted to ride Harry's firebolt.
Shut up. It's pretty embarrassing. I'm very red right now. Let's get back to social media. There's a little aside for you.
Listen, I just want to know, there's other people want to ride Harry's firebolt. It's not really been something I'm into, but you never know. And these guys, listen, they're down at the hookah lounge.
They're trying to fix our website.
I know, we got a website
on.
problem. It's it is what it is. We're just gonna live through it and rebuild it or something. But look at Ian. He looks like he's just. What are they smoking in that hookah, cameraman?
I don't know. I've never. I think I've been to a hookah bar maybe one time in my life.
I've been to a hookah bar a few times, quite a few times.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't think I smoked anything.
Ms. Goo is gone, but she doesn't really do the hookah. But Ms. Goo is gone with me. But I've gone with friends. Yeah, it's fun. We sit around and chat and smoke a hookah. And
anyway, just know our guys are working really hard. If you've been on our website lately, it's been hit or miss. It
really looks like they're working hard here, cameraman. Ian looks like he's totally stoned.
What I like is this guy in the back, just like sitting on or laying on this couch back there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like it looks like an opium den to me.
Opium dens are great
Opium dens. Oh, wait, chat, you heard it here first. Cameraman, he's like, opium dens are great.
In a story hook for a game, not in real life.
Opium dens are great.
I'm just saying, if you want to raise the stakes, bring your players.
Bring your players to an opium den. Jim is helping us with confuddling concoctions, right? So we're having all these little low-end, very low-end drinks that are magical, that give you little tiny benefits. So it's called confuddling concoctions. It's part of the Kickstarter. Very exciting. Jim's come up with some great ideas. But I also want to do the Narcoms in the future because we've done some, but I really want to do the whole Narcoms because Narcoms are a big deal. And
fantasy Narcoms.
Fantasy
Narcoms. Drinks.
Yeah, that's what we call them, Narcoms, right? That's what we call them. So Narcoms. And so the Narcoms make you, get you, plasticized.
I mean, I love that it's all just like, it's not really though, because like it's all just fake. So your character.
Yes, of course, cameraman. You know, not really walking into the opium den. But they're great.
I'm saying to raise the stakes a little bit.
I want to know how many people in the chat think opium dens are great.
In a story sense. I'm just saying. Okay, well, you know what? I'm done. I'm done for the day. Okay, Alan posted
this. It looks so good.
I know. We just got to change his eye color.
Yeah, I guess we messed that up. So
but
we got to fix
Cassius.
that. Yes. So Cassius is coming, right?
I like this. I like the hat.
Yeah, he had fun with it. He said, there's a wizard, right? So, but
wizards have hats.
But yeah, well, some do. Really. I mean, I'm sure there's lots of people who wear that hat.
Oh my God, things have gotten clipped. That means that means on Twitch. Yeah, pee wee woo. Of course you did. So of all the things I've said this episode, I guess. So.
Oh, Twitch is clipping some things?
No, a pee wee woo who is Patrick. Sorry, Patrick. Yes, is clipping. Stuff for us.
Go pee wee woo.
Anyway. Cassius is a bard.
Oh, that's right. That's correct. I'm sorry. I'm doing so many dang portraits right now. But yes, that's right. And really, really a marvelous image. Just really looks great. Benjo did a great job with this one. In fact, really, he's working so hard to really make these portraits great for everyone. He and I've been back and forth a number of times on different things, and he's just really doing well. So don't let me forget, though, we got to fix that eyeball.
I'll fix it.
Oh, yeah, I guess you can, right? You're good enough you can do that.
I do have the talent.
Yes, you do.
Okay.
All right, what's next?
Anyway, Christina Rieger. I told my kids about mine. I wonder if they exist in Zyathé. So basically, what you imagined as a kid.
Come here, dude.
Who is it? Oh, hi, Kaden.
Come here, give me a hug.
Oh, we have a kiddo in the studio.
It's good to see you. We're doing a stream today. Nice. Is your dad here too?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
He has to go to the bathroom.
Oh, he came in to go to the bathroom. All right, well tell him I said have a good time.
Yeah.
Don't tell him that. I mean, maybe he's watching us live on stream.
Right now he is.
Hilarious.
Good day. See you, my bro.
Hi, Kaden. You heard it first here on Goo Morning, Zyathé.
Colt's going to the bathroom.
Yeah.
This is really, I think we're degrading. I mean, we've always been not very good, and now we're really getting to bad.
Oh my gosh. Okay, anyway, the idea behind this is the things you existed driving by when you were driving in a car down the road. Now, I never really did that, but I definitely, when I was like swimming, because, I was on the swim team and stuff like that, had like a lot of feelings of what was in the water.
Oh, yeah.
What's lurking beyond. So.
Out in the distance, right? Especially you're in a lake or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a good Stephen King movie about that, right? Everybody's trying to swim to the little thing in the middle. I can't remember what that one was, but come on, chat. Somebody come through for that one, right? Aren't the kids swimming in the swimming hole and there's a float in the middle? But
and Stephen King?
I thought it was a Stephen King. I thought it was a Stephen King thing. Something is in the water. And there's
a lot of things where things are just in the water.
Well, that's Jaws. Jaws is that way too. But anyway, all right, let's keep going. But this is magnificent.
Yes, I love the idea. Okay, Devin posted a great video showing the boxing, boxing, not the unboxing.
Yeah, the boxing, the actual how it boxes.
of Darken Haven. So, okay, I don't know how I missed this. This was one that the algorithm suppressed somehow, and I do not concur with it. But yeah, the idea behind this is Alphinius Goo.
Gouda, yes. No, I told you something has happened with Facebook. We talked about this already, right? The volume of people who are actually seeing our stuff, all of that stuff, and apparently it's happened to others as well. They did something, and I don't like the fact that we have this wonderful group and people don't get to see things because Facebook is trying to decide for them what matters to them. I hate that. I really do not want machines making decisions for me as to what I would like or what I would not. I'd prefer just show me. That's why I scroll the whole dang wall. Anyway, Alphinius Gouda, yes. And you know I like cheese, cameraman, so this was funny.
I like it.
Yeah, it was quite funny.
Well, and apparently, so Grim Parrot, who is Josh Ray, is going to be game mastering for us at GaryCon, and that means he's from Wisconsin. So the cheesehead things.
Yes, the cheesehead. Well, and we got,
sense.
Luke has asked me now, along with Josh, are we going to do something better than we did last year with the dump booth? So
the dump booth?
Remember we did the dumping of the goo for charity?
Okay.
We did it for Extra Life.
I don't have energy for that. That is a Lawrence. That is, yeah. Talk to Lawrence about all that
Camera
stuff.
Mandy, you have to have a little energy.
I do have energy, which is like how I've managed to schedule, 50 plus games at GaryCon and,
4 tables.
Yeah, 4 tables running around the clock,
Yes.
with.
And we will begin talking there about the Temple of Existential Evil.
Very exciting.
But we got to get some stuff out. Camera Mandy, we got another issue. I don't know if you know about this, but there's a threatening of tariffs and other things like that. And some of the stuff that we were going to print offshore, now we're trying to figure out what we're going to do, because you can't just go out there and make a guess. Hey, maybe there'll be tariffs, maybe there won't. And all of a sudden something costs you 20, 30% more than you expected, right?
I'm going to choose, this is not my problem to solve. So instead of putting my energy stressing about that, I'm going to put my energy into stressing about other things, and that's called self-care.
Lawrence and I are stressing about it. Believe me, we have a lot of stress.
I will let you guys stress over things you need to stress over, and I will stress over things I need to stress over, and we will pass the stress around.
Yeah, Jen got 2 mentions because this was funny.
Yeah.
You want to hear the hag's speech? There's still food in your bowl. You aren't starving.
Yeah. I had a great hag in a game. We called her Hag Mom.
Hag Mom?
Hag Mom. Yeah, I loved Hag Mom. So I just say I love a good hag. So I might be a hag.
In Zyathé, they are hogs, right, with the apostrophe.
Hogs.
Yes,
yeah.
So we did that a little differently.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's keep going.
Okay.
What's next?
Okay, let's see here.
Oh, this was great.
This is what I think. So remember I talked about the House on the Rock several episodes ago. This would be something that you'd find at House at the Rock.
Yes, it's definitely AI art, I think, which I don't love, but for personal use, it doesn't bother me so much, but it's really cute. I mean, it was really fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be fun wouldn't that be fun if you were a kid, out in the woods and all your friends, right?
It just needs to have a door, though, so when it rains.
Yes, well, and then you get to be a teenager, now you go there and smoke dope.
Opium. No.
It's an opium den.
We're going to get suppressed from...
This is the perfect opium den.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
God, I really want to make it one now. I was inspired today. I was thinking... So Rob and I are going to start working here after the first of the year together on an oddly gooey winters. I can't remember what we titled it.
Well, good. I'm glad, because we've given out...
I want to put in the grunch.
The grunch. I like that. No, I'm glad. Okay, so this is, by the way, this is another one that got suppressed. So it's not just AI art. This only had 7 views on it.
It's not right.
And this is great.
It's really good.
This is Thomas Rose saying, playing a Strangely Gooey Holiday tonight, great stuff. And I totally agree. Strangely Gooey Holiday was the first game I ever ran. And it was so much fun. And I'm glad that you're doing an oddly gooey holiday.
Well, it was not holiday, though. It was an oddly gooey... It was a strangely gooey holiday and an oddly Yuletide. It was an oddly gooey Yuletide. So I think we're going to bring the grunch. I think we got to have the grunch.
I love this.
Does the chat not think we need to have the grunch?
Now listen, people who have not had Strangely Gooey Holiday. Now is the time to get it, because it's only $27 for physical and digital.
Super deal.
It's only $27 on digital and physical. It's $5 digital download, and even better, if you buy $70 worth of other stuff, you get it for free.
Yeah.
So
and the real cool thing about it is that if our website actually works, you might be able to get it. But Camera Mandy, we see, this is the problem. We got to mark something on this, or somehow. So I try to write things when these things happen. So to try to do that. It's Colt. Hello, young man.
oh, you weren't on the bathroom that long.
He was in the bathroom for days. Come here, give me a hug.
How many people we got?
We have 40 people watching.
A lot of people watching.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good to see you.
Yeah. Anyway, well, hopefully things went well for you, as Kaden announced
I
it
hope
to
everything
everybody.
came out okay.
Yeah.
have fun storming the castle, boys.
and Corinne. Okay.
Oh yeah. The littlest one just popped in. Yeah, so Strangely Gooey Holiday is great fun. It's
Yes.
really, really fun.
Absolutely.
And who doesn't love it when you have, Winter's dance ornaments that come to life and want to, suck your blood?
Just saying. Okay, we're almost done here.
Oh, this is good.
So this is from Adam. Adam posts a lot of great stuff. Do you know who Odilon Redham is?
I did not know. I did not look it up. I wanted to, but I just didn't have the time.
If anyone in the chat happens to know who that is, Adam says that he or she, whoever it is a great source of inspiration for bizarre fantasy. So, and I did kind of love the idea, like that this picture presents. You're in some kind of library, and suddenly this mouth comes out.
Magic mouth.
Yeah, and starts talking at you.
Hello, want to rent a book?
Uh-huh. All right. Next up. Oh, that's all.
That was the last of the ones?
So I have this to talk about as well. Just
Camera
really
Mandy,
quickly.
we need to stop doing commercials.
It's not a commercial if you're just spreading the good news, is how I feel. So
If you want to pre-order, listen. These people all listen to us all the time. If you want to pre-order the second part of the greatest city ever made, get the Gloom port now for $120. Don't wait till it goes back up to $200.
Yep.
11 pounds, just as big as Dark and Haven.
Are we sure it's going to be 11 pounds?
Okay, maybe 10. Maybe 10 and
It
a half.
might be 11.5. We don't know yet.
Anyway, it's going to be magnificent.
Okay.
Right along with Dark and Haven. So
Yeah, and it's only going to be in pre-order here for another few weeks.
Yeah,
Have you got an update on where we're at?
I don't.
I got emails back from Kaya that she's gone through.
She's finished. Yeah, Dugan's finished with this. He's working on the layout of book 2, which is actually 2 books, as you know.
I think Kaya said she liked this even more than Dark and Haven.
Yeah, Dark and Haven is wonderful. It's fantasy city, right? But there are many fantasy cities. There aren't very many fantasy cities that are in massive caverns that are actually associated with the surface, not associated with the underworld, right? So, it's got a lot. It's really got a lot. And of course, it's grimy and it's the seaport, and it's got the city of the dead in there, and it's got all these things, right, that you don't get as much on the on the surface. So, what's up, sir?
Checking the mail, do some work.
Just saying hello.
Yeah,
We should get some food.
Our other
Dang
owner
it.
is in here now. Do you want to come say hi? Yeah. he's the silent partner with the loud kids. So
his
anyway.
kids are marvelous. I love them dearly.
Yes. Anyway, all right. You
All
ready
right,
to
let's
go
do it. Let's do it.
to our next part of the? Now, why don't you introduce what we're about to do?
And remember, we've also got to do the entry. So we're gonna have to do that
yes,
too.
that's
So-
right. I did have an
So
announcement.
you gotta make sure.
All right, this is very exciting. So, in 2 weeks, so on the 28th, we're having a big show for Goo Morning Zyathé, like a fun one that I'm actually putting effort into. So you should definitely tune in.
Yeah, it's
So-
Colt. We always
You don't admit you do a half-assed.
No, we do. That's the-
We do.
It's called a low budget
low
production.
budget production.
Anyway.
Right the fuck
Colt, I write the checks. There's nothing low budget about
I
this.
think you dropped an F-bomb at the same time.
Did I?
That's why. Not you. Him.
Oh, okay.
All right, keep going with your announcement.
Okay, so not only are we going to be giving away the gooey sock on
The gooey sock.
the gooey sock,
The
on
stuff
that episode,
inside the gooey sock.
Which
We're
why
not
don't
really
we go
giving away
ahead
the
since
sock.
we're talking about it? Let's just go ahead and do it. Hashtag sock to enter for the gooey sock.
SOCK.
We don't know what's inside the gooey sock yet. I don't even think the gooey sock is in the building, to be quite honest.
There's going to be a few gifts in the gooey sock that are nice, and then
Yeah.
there's going to be some smaller gifts that are not as quite as nice as the bigger gifts.
Okay.
And you're going to get a chance to win one of those gifts out of the gooey sock.
But I'm not going to say even better, but probably even better, because I don't know what's going in the gooey sock. Donated to us by the channel Roll Hit Die.
Yes.
We are going to be giving away a Darkenhaven on that stream.
Wow.
Yep. So anyway, we'll be sending out some more information to the world about the stream coming up, but it's going to be super fun. Follow Roll Hit Die.
I love Dan.
No, well, Dan and Marcus. Marcus
And
is the one.
Marcus, that's right. 'cause
Marcus is the one who bought the Strangely Gooey, or sorry, not the Strangely, the Darkened Haven to give away on the stream. And yes, it's going to be fabulous. So anyway, so join us in 2 weeks between Christmas and New Year's when you obviously have nothing else to do except spend your holidays with us.
Well, I mean,
Saturday
you know,
morning.
see, you get up on Saturday morning, you get a cup of coffee, you know, you're gonna, you know, have a chance to, you know, watch some damn cartoon or watch us. I definitely watch the cartoons. All right, let's do it, Camera Mandy.
Okay.
Hashtag sock, right? Everybody's putting them in.
Sock.
Hashtag
yes.
sock. Come
So
on in there.
I'm wondering what made the sock gooey in the first place.
Don't ask. Do not ask.
Yeah, just don't think about things too hard here. Okay.
Are we going to do our little walkthrough?
Yes.
So
Well,
this is part
Why don't
2.
you introduce it?
This is part 2 of the walkthrough of the Tomb of Gyzaengaxx. And we, of course, did part 1 last time. So I'm going to do a little quick reprise to catch people up, but I'm not going to spend very much time on the reprise. If you want to check it out and you haven't gotten a chance to see it, it's up on YouTube from last week.
Oh,
And
sorry, I have to interrupt.
yes, interrupt.
Okay, Hentai sent me this in a message. Odilon Redon was a French symbolist painter in the 19th and 20th century, inspired by Japanese art and a precursor to surrealism, or so my high school art history taught me. His style changed a few times during his life.
Interesting.
Things
that's
to
why-
learn.
That's why it has the creepy mouth and all of that stuff, and looks kind of mythical.
Mm-hmm.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes.
Entire.
Okay. Sorry. Now, please continue with.
So the Tomb of Gyzaengaxx obviously is a tale about a wizard named Gyzaengaxx, which we've talked about already, right? And the story is that the wizard has disappeared, and his son and his son's family have come to Ethholm, which is the little village nearby, and found out that that the father
wrong
was
one.
missing.
This one.
Right? Yep, right there.
Okay.
And found out that the wizard is missing and wants to try to find out something, right? To go save the wizard. Anyway, they go up to where the wizard's tower is, and terrible things are happening. There's monsters all over the place, and the son, who is Lucas Gyzaengaxx, because the wizard is named Geralt Gyzaengaxx, the son is almost killed. So this is the beginning of the tale, and then the party comes to Ethholm, and there's some people in here too. Cameron.
Oh, spoiler alert! Thank you, Harry.
Oh yeah, it's a spoiler alert.
Forgive-
If you don't want
forgive
to,
us.
if you're going to play Tomb of Gyzaengaxx, turn us down, or just listen and don't metagame. All right. So you meet some interesting characters. Go back to the interesting characters, like 6 of them, right? Right. So you meet Jacob Rolls, who is the Earl, the sandwich. Jacob Walls, the sandwich guy, and you've got Skip there, and you've got Margaret Weiss's character, who is Archibald Fox, and we've got Marvelous Mondo, who is Professor Aloysius Mondo, and then Tamrav there, who is in Inzandra Oz, who is Matt Everhart, Casey Riff's character. So these are all folks from sort of the legends of the game, and it's really fun to bring them here. And they play a part, and you meet them as part of the beginning in the village of Ethholm, along with sort of the town leaders. And the town leaders are Bryphus, the warrior who oversees the soldiers at the little keep. You've got Raju, who is the druid who lives on the hill beyond Ethholm, and then you've got Rune, who is sort of the mayor, if you will, the leader of the town. And so there you'll meet them as well, probably as part of the whole deal. So let's keep going, cameraman.
Are you ready to move on?
I think so. So the tale begins, right, with the son, Lucas Gyzaengaxx, hiring the party to go to find out if they can find out what happened to the wizard. But there's a wonderful little bit of stuff that goes on, because if one of the hooks that
Yeah,
we
Harry points out that for a place in the middle of nowhere, there certainly are a lot of important people.
Well, that's probably because the wizard came there, Harry. Yes, there's a little bit of tale around that.
Uh-huh.
So anyway, there's definitely some tales around this.
I mean,
So-
they don't live there full time, yeah?
Oh yeah.
Oh, they do. So like it's like
The wizard came, it's about 20 years.
well, the wizard lives
The wizard
there.
came there about
Yes.
20 years past.
Yes.
And then some of the wizard's associates began to arrive in the village as well.
And they just live there.
And they moved there, many of them to retire.
Oh.
But we will have to find out what retirement really meant as time progresses.
These poor adventurers.
And Wolf, who is Skip Williams' character, along with Gyzaengaxx and Estrude Krovenloft, created a little adventurers college in the village of Ethel.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, so it's a little one. It's very small.
What does an adventurers college look like?
Oh, it's just a little building. There's not any crazy architecture. Or
Yeah, but like
anything
what not like look like? Like what are you doing on an everyday basis?
They bring you in and talk to you about how do you delve and safely, and how do you avoid traps, and what kind of things happen when you're digging into the depths, and what kind of monsters might you encounter, and what do you deal with if you run up against poisons, and all of the stuff that you think. I mean, if you were training adventurers, what would you train them on, right? So they have a little adventurers college, but there's a story underneath that as well, why it exists.
Well, I'm excited. I actually really like that idea.
So then Lucas, if you use our main hook,
Mm-hmm.
our main hook is that one of the party is actually a child of Gyzaengaxx and that character's mother. So there was was a dalliance.
Oh.
So there was a dalliance, and so that sibling is the half sibling of Lucas.
Oh.
And they find out if you use that hook, they find out, and they both have there's a sort of a mark that appears on both of them if they compare notes, they will find out that it happens at the exact same time, and they begin having dreams, and those dreams give them potentially the idea that perhaps they together can enter the tower, where Lucas could not. And so this is how sort of the tale. It's good. It's a good little hook. It's a good little hook. Yeah, I mean, you have to have a player that is okay with having their character's father not actually be their father, right? So, a little dalliance now and then.
I mean, literally, you're saying that the character based on the founder of D&D is your father. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Well,
and Luke and I talked about it, and it's wonderful. There's a little bit of understory to that too that we thought was wonderful, that he actually thought was wonderful. So
Pee-Wee Woo says the Adventurers College is secretly an underground opium den owned by a mysterious entity named Mandy.
We need to have an opium den in the Adventurers College.
No, put that far away from the Adventurers College. That's how people don't become adventurers.
Yeah. Right. So anyway, the players now are put on the road to Avalon Hill.
Yes.
Which is where the Tower of Gyzaengaxx is located.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so let us go to the next slide. So they begin the road. So approximately where that little red dot is where Ethholm is. So it's not that far from Gyzaengaxx, from the tower, and Avalon Hill. And so, but the travel is pretty steep and upward, and it can take quite a bit of time, but better part of a day to actually reach the base of Avalon Hill.
Mm-hmm.
And then you really don't want to typically climb Avalon Hill in the middle of the night. It's not the safest thing to do. So anyway, what we wanted to do with the travel there was to make it interesting, but also give the game master some room to move. And of course, we've created the environs, or we are in the process of creating the environs. And the environs give all kinds of wonderful things that are going on around here, and interesting characters that you can bring, interesting monsters, all of that kind of stuff. And so we've left some room as the party is traveling to use the environs as part of the travel. All right, let's go, camera Mandy.
Okay.
So I love the Mithril Mountains. The Mithril Mountains have a lot of mystery and mystique to them.
Is this the official art for them?
No, it is not.
Uh-huh.
It is just a download that I grabbed
Uh-huh.
from Shutterstock or something. But it gives an idea because they have sort of a bluish tinge to them, and they have foothills before them, and then they rise up, in the distance. And so these marvelous Mithril Mountains are where lots of things are going on, and there is a pass that goes through Mythendel that takes you over to the other side, which ultimately could end you up in Valandia.
Mm.
And Valandia will play a part in this tale as we continue to go forward, and Valandia is not a nice
I am
country.
glad that we're exploring more of East Verdestia
Yes.
and the lore over there. That's exciting.
Yes, because this is in Vanzentia, and of course we talked about that last time. So if you want to know more about the Queen and all of that stuff. Well, anyway, in their travels, they're going to arrive And again, like I said, we didn't put a whole lot of things in for the travel. We let that game master be able to add additional things if they want to. But we did have a couple of encounters that happened on their way to Avalon Hill. And
Marcus
this was
is asking, can you find Mithril in the Mithril Mountains?
probably Mitrium.
Depends on the game master.
Yes, you have to look and dig around a little bit, right? So this is Brina Bahadur's hut. And as part of the tale, the party will arrive in this area, see the hut and all of that stuff, and hopefully have a wonderful interaction with Brianna Bahadur. And also...
Brianna is on the right.
Yes, Brianna's on the right, and Aliyah is on the left, who is Rainy Windsong's mother. And she's a druidess. And those two are very good friends and are together. Now, in the middle is Uraj. And Uraj is a wandering druid. And of course, this is Tim Kask's character. Brianna is Jasmine B's character. And Tim Kask is Uraj. And Uraj, there's a rock in the middle of the road. And there's some really interesting opportunities for role play. And apparently there might have been a little bit of a dalliance between Uraj and Brianna Bahadur. And apparently there's some kind of an argument or something that happened over Uraj's cooking. So Uraj is very sensitive over his cooking. Anyway, it's good. There's a lot of fun stuff to happen. And so you get to meet these marvelous characters, and they get to tell you some things about Avalon Hill. Because Brianna Bahadur actually was a witness to what happened the night the wizard disappeared. So that's pretty exciting, and Uraj has some things to tell as well. And I think you will find the role play with this little group as you carry it forward be a lot of fun. All right, let's go, Camera Mendy. So this is part of the environs, and this is what I was saying earlier. This is not placed in the route, but it could be in the route if you wanted it to be. This is called the Drundu House, and it is a sort of a respite. But this is just one example of the many things that are going to be in the environs that are all around the Gyzaengaxx area, right? The barrows, right? Which is the location. All right, let's go to the next one, Cameron.
This is beautiful art.
Isn't this marvelous? And
Yeah.
and there's a whole tale around them. And this is another one.
This
right?
is making me want to do some scenescapes.
Yeah, I know, Cameron. Isn't that good?
Well,
I mean,
already
look at the little gnomes fishing. I mean, this is great. Can you zoom in on that a little bit?
I can go like this.
Yeah, look at that. So there's the little gnome is fishing right there.
Aww. I love
Yes,
this.
Kishore did this one. It's a really, really fun little piece of art, and just a lot of fun. So the environs I think are going to be magnificent. They've got wonderful places and scary places. And of course, Ed Greenwood is writing quite a few of them for us.
I know. I'm really excited about that.
Yes. And of course, we have probably 70, 80, 90 contributors who have contributed to the environs as well. So we're going to be bringing all of those together in this area for people to explore as they're running around. So it's very, 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 very fun. All right, let's go. And of course, this is actually a picture I stole. I just love this picture of Luna Glow Lake, which is actually in the Mornwood. But I just loved it. And I wanted one more picture to just give a feel, right? And I didn't have time because, the goofiness that happened with my computer this morning.
What happened with your computer?
It was just giving me grief. It was not, my downloads were slow. Everything was, I think I need to do a restart, that probably loaded it up too much. But just the feeling of the environs with little lakes and little rivers and the foothills and a little bit of, as you move towards the Mithril Mountains, more forest, it's going to be magnificent. Of course, there are monsters. Interesting monsters. Yes, very.
I'd like to not go up. What happens if you pop one of those blisters?
Ooh.
Ugh.
Sir, you have a little acne. Can I assist?
Maybe that's how you gain his
Good
trust.
God.
Maybe he's like, yes, this is what I've needed. You are now my best friend. I serve you forever.
Ooh, he needs a little OxyClean, or what is that stuff? Clear a
You know what?
seal.
Never judge a book by its cover. This could be a very friendly person.
Yeah, he's just got a lot of zits.
Yeah. He just needs a little help, guys.
And anyway, so the travel will take them. They'll meet these marvelous people. They'll have some encounters, and eventually they will come to the base of Avalon Hill. And there is Avalon Hill with the Mithril Mountains in the background. Benjo did this one. I love that one. Isn't that nice, Cameron Mendy?
That is beautiful.
And so now after you've
So is that the tower on top of it?
it is. You can see the tower from the distance.
Oh.
There's a whole lot of story around Avalon Hill and why the wizard built here, which I'm not going to delve too much into right now, but I'm going to delve into it just a little bit. So as we have mentioned earlier in the previous section, the wizard came here along with the Strood Crovenloft on a mission for the queen, because there are rumors that one of the Genevian Cabal sects, which is a Ethernic separatist group, not very, the Ethernic Empire not very pleased with them. They're all enemies of the Empire. An Ethernic separatist group had set a base in this area, and that they had built a weapon of mass destruction called the Nether Vortronix. And the rumor had come to the queen that this thing existed, and so some 20 years ago she dispatched, and she knew it would be a long time. You don't just walk out there and find the Nether Vortronix, right? This is going to be very well hidden, if it exists at all. So she sends a Strood Crovenloft and Gyzaengaxx, Gerald Gyzaengaxx, to the area to establish themselves, right? Because they need a cover. Because what the queen doesn't want to have happen is others realize that something's going on. So this was the whole thing. So Gyzaengaxx goes there to retire, builds a tower atop Avalon Hill.
Is this the map of Avalon Hill?
It is.
Okay, I pulled this from a previous episode.
Yeah, isn't that good? Yes.
So, like, this is the entire travel up.
This is the travel after they get up on the top of Avalon
So
Hill.
when they get here, wait. When they get up the hill here.
Once they climb to up the side of Avalon Hill, that's where that map comes into
Oh my
play.
gosh! So how long do you think the travel through Avalon Hill is going to take?
Oh, it's at least a couple sessions. Probably maybe once. You might get it done in one session, but I'd say two. I'd say it'll be 2 sessions.
It's a lot of travel.
It's got a lot going on.
Okay, well.
It might. Remember, philosophically, travel for me is part of the adventure, right?
Yeah.
And if travel is done well, it can be actually greatly additive to
I
the
will
tale.
say the only way I enjoy travel is if there's not a timeline on the events, because I don't want to stop and do things along the way.
Oh, if you got a ticking clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no ticking clock here.
Yeah, that's where I get a little, like, as a player, just like, I know that this is here, the GM is presenting it to me, but if my focus is to, like, try and fix something within a certain time period over here, it's difficult.
Yes,
for me.
I agree with that. It's hard. You don't want to throw a lot of things in front of people if they've got a ticking clock, because if they're playing it right, they wouldn't explore it. They wouldn't do it.
It's like,
But in this situation, you have to travel there.
Yeah.
And what I'll show next week when we get together and talk a little bit more is you will understand that Gerald Gyzaengaxx collected lots of monsters, and he kept them in stasis in the tower in these certain rooms. Well, when the circumstance that happened where the tower was attacked and all of the things that occurred, which we talked about the first time, those monsters were released. And so now they are in the area, and also potentially also on top of Avalon Hill.
Okay.
So there's some fun things about, I think, the travel on Avalon Hill. And you could, you certainly don't have to do it in a couple sessions. You could get it done in one session, no problem. But I think people will like it. I think they'll have fun with it. Go back to the map real quick.
Hold on, I have a fun question.
Oh, yes, please.
Was this inspired by Castle Rock Trail just north of y'all?
So I have walked Castle Rock Trail quite a number of times, and it doesn't really have a plateau in the same way as this, but it does have a bit of a plateau above. And I love the idea of a sort of a forested plateau above this. Luke and I talked about it. How will we do this? And it figures in because here comes some real spoilers. So I'll talk more about it next week. But when the wizard came here early on, he started looking around because he and the Strood Crovenloft are there to try to find this Nether Vortronix. And so they did a number of explorations, probably in association with some of those other adventurers who came to town, Cameramandy. So now you're starting to see, why are these people here, right? Are they here just simply because they just came to retire, or perhaps is there a deeper thing going on?
Mm-hmm.
So apparently, underneath Avalon Hill, the wizard discovered a room.
So wait, like at the base?
In the caverns.
Okay.
There are caverns in the hill that
Okay.
go down into the Underdelve. And apparently the wizard discovered some evidences of etheric activity and then found something underneath Avalon Hill. And that is why he determined to build the tower there.
So, okay, so can the adventurers access the caverns?
Yes, they can. But that is later in the adventure.
Like in the Tomb of Gyzaengaxx or like?
Yes, in the Tomb
Okay.
of Gyzaengaxx.
Okay.
So the Tomb of Gyzaengaxx really has the 5 parts. So part 1 is Ethholm, you come there and you meet the people. Second is the travel to Avalon Hill. The third is Avalon Hill itself when you're running around there. The fourth part is actually the tomb, the tower, right? You go into the tower and find out what's going on all in there. And then the last part is going down into the caverns and the delvings underneath. Where you get, it's a big adventure. So it was promised to be a mega adventure. Many handouts, beautiful work, and a great tale. So they're going to learn what the wizard found in this room. Now, interestingly, as we pondered this, Gyzaengaxx is having a crisis of conscience, and I think I mentioned this in the last week. And the crisis of conscience is: should anybody have this nether vortrix? Because it's really, really powerful. And even though he loves the queen, cares about the queen, really likes her, in his mind, he's like, what happens when the queen is gone and there's some other dirtbag takes over and now he has the nether vortrix or she has the nether vortrix. And so he's really going through a crisis of conscience as to whether he should even be doing this at all. So some have asked how come it's taking so long. And that's part of the reason why it's taking so long. Because even though there are many delvings and many places to explore and many things to do, right? Maybe Gyzaengaxx is dragging his feet. Then on top of that, Astrud Krovenloff actually will pass away about 10 years after they arrive, at 9 years. And then a vampirism will take over the family and there'll be other complications for Gyzaengaxx's life that involve that. And that's another reason why things are delayed. But ultimately, that is why Professor Aloysius Mondo has been dispatched, because the queen has heard that the wizard has disappeared, and she's kind of wondering why everything is taking so damn long. And that is part of the underpinnings of the tale. It's not bad, I think. I think it's pretty good. Luke's pretty happy. I'm pretty happy. We are feeling this really, really well. So that is part 2. So next week, we will talk about the travel on Avalon Hill at the plateau and what goes on there. And then after that, we'll take you into the tower and you can find out what is going on there.
Well, that all sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Okay. Well, it is 10:55.
Well,
and we're out of things to talk about. So
I'm good. But did everybody get their sock in? #sock. Did everybody do that? So you get the chance for that.
If you have not already, put in #sock, and we will get you entered to win the Gooey sock.
Yeah, make sure you don't win the whole Gooey sock, and you don't get the sock. Nobody's getting the sock. It's the stuff in the sock, cameraman.
What sock? What sock?
Stocking. Hang it above the fire with care.
Yeah.
In hopes that St. Nicholas soon will be there. That thing.
The sock does not live in the office.
Well, who's bringing a sock to the office?
It only lives in Alphinius's brain.
It's a big sock, cameraman.
In your head.
At least ogre size.
You can make the sock as big as you want in your imagination, and that is totally fine.
It's got a lot of fun prizes in there.
Okay.
All right, so everybody's got that. Any questions about Gyzaengaxx before we go?
Yeah, or any questions in general?
Oh yeah, any questions in general?
Yeah,
right?
we'll answer your questions.
We got some fun. We got some fun things coming up. We got people going to join us on the stream as we go.
Yeah,
forward.
Corey's coming in next week.
Yep.
So, that's exciting. I gotta get Perils and
Fortunes.
If you had a play test of Perils and Fortunes and have not sent it over to me, if you want your changes implemented, you got to send them like this week.
Better do it.
So, because we're going to push it out. So, Perthala says, and the next great adventure should involve the Guild of Judges and looking for their hidden overlord fortress.
I love that.
And who knows what else.
You're digging back, my friend.
Josh Hawkins wants to know, will Gloomport get its own special video? Indeed it will. So,
yeah, that was a great, your Dark and Haven video is fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, will Gloomport get its own? Oh, I already read that one. I have so many questions about the sock and answers I really don't want. Don't ask things you don't want to know. Also, yeah. Oh, suggested raid out after stream. Okay. Dennis, I totally agree. I'm going to raid someone's stream, but you need to tell me how to do it because I don't remember.
We should do that.
Yeah. We're going to. I told Dennis.
It's exciting to raid someone's stream.
Yeah.
Because people raid us,
Yeah. So Okay, so I just type that and then I just end the stream? Is that what I do? Sorry. So yes. Anyway.
So you're gonna end. So our stream ends, and then we raid someone else, and everybody jumps in there.
Yeah. So we're gonna raid a stream, guys.
So who are we gonna raid?
Their name is Lord Gusumba. So
who's Lord Gusumba?
I don't know.
Why are we raiding Lord Gusumba? Shouldn't we raid someone we like know?
Yeah, Dennis. I told Dennis he could pick whoever.
Oh, okay. So Dennis has an idea what this is. Okay, good.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Okay. Don't end the stream to the raid. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and raid it.
We're raiding. Are you ready? I don't know what you're gonna do, but we're gonna raid. I guess you go in there and type a bunch of things.
Yeah. Okay.
You say, Lord Gusumba, hello.
Okay.
We love opium.
Please don't make a bunch of jokes. Okay, here we go. Okay, thank you all so much for joining us today. We look forward to next week with Corey, and please spend time with your family and friends during the holiday.
Yes, indeed.
So.
Well, yeah, that's right. Oh, no, we get we get one before Christmas, yes? We still got this is the 14th, so we get the 21st. Then we have Christmas, and then the New Year's one we'll do after that.
So Dennis is saying he's a D&D streamer, big Greyhawk guy. So
all right.
Okay.
So are we raiding? Are we in?
Okay. No, I'm about to do it. Okay.
Okay, here we go.
Good luck, everybody.
I hope you type in things like I love opium.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hopefully I do this right.